Don't mind me, I'm just dying.
Who are we waiting for?
I have no
don't know if
clue.
we're waiting on anybody.
Yeah, I think we're ready.
Okay.
Just go.
Ready whenever you are. All right, well, welcome back, everyone. How's your guys' time been since we last were together?
Good?
Mike is begrudgingly playing right now
Mm-hmm.
instead of watching Call of Duty.
Yeah. It's grand finals, man. It's intense.
It is
Behind
though.
the quick scoper phase and somebody else who get paid millions of dollars to literally sit down and play video games.
What's sad is I don't think these guys are like millionaires, though. I'm willing
Yeah.
to bet they make like 50 or 60 grand a year.
Actually, first place is 50 grand per person. Second place is 30 grand. Third place is 20.
And they spend 80 hours a week minimum, probably.
Yeah. They spend a shitload of time, and they're insanely good at the game.
I feel like you couldn't like actually enjoy video games at that point.
I mean, if you really enjoy, like,
You have to enjoy it so much to
Yeah.
play for that long. Oh my god.
All right, we'll get into it here. You guys want to remind me what happened last session?
Wake up!
We went in a circle.
yeah, that was about
Yes, you did. Yeah, so basically, end of last time, you guys, you kind of defeated, not really, Zane. He grabbed the ornamental dagger from Beatrix, jumped down
She's
the whole
stupid.
of the world, jumped down the whole of the world that he had created for himself. You guys got out of the temple just in the nick of time before it all came crumbling in on itself. She told you to meet her at Wellspring Falls. Didn't give you an exact time of when to meet her, just kind of told you to meet her there. So you guys went and made a deal with Frank, the barkeep of the Rusting Anchor Tavern in Port Biscay. He gave you his coach with 2 horses and basically was like, yeah, just return it to me. Please don't break it. And you guys went on your way. You tried making your way towards the Shadow Range, ended up going in a circle, kind of got lost. Grognak was a bit intoxicated, and Rogar was a little unsure as to where to go exactly between trying to read the
I've never
the
been on this
signs.
continent. I was trusting the native.
True. Well, between like trying to read the road signs of like where to go and also trying to like manage looking at the world map you guys had received, or not the world map, but the continent map. Ended up going in a circle. You finally did make it, about a day's travel out. And in the middle of the night, as you guys were trying to get some rest, heard some whimpering, some crying, and some howling out in the distance. As you guys went and explored, you saw a very young direwolf sort of being attacked by his own pack. He was being injured too. Borgin and Rogar went out and went exploring, went to try and go save him. Angrath and Mordai also followed. Grognak stayed back, completely unaware at the coach,
Asleep the entire time.
You guys killed him.
You can't blame me. I was drunk.
You guys killed the 3 direwolves that were attacking the smaller one. Borgin kind of healed it, took it in as its own. You guys made your way back to the coach, and that's where we finished the session. You guys got a little bit of rest. It was probably about 6 in the morning-ish by the time that you guys were officially settled back into the coach. And sun was just starting to peak over the crest of the mountains in the distance. So that is where we'll pick up today. Grognak received the benefits of a long rest. The rest of you guys are just kind of sitting, but
Short
you will get the
rest.
benefit as you travel. Yeah, you had a short rest essentially when you got back. You will get the benefit though, as long as you don't like physically engage in like tasks that require a lot of energy. You can have the benefit of a long rest while you travel. So you can still like be searching like the area, like doing perception checks. You can still be trying to navigate and directing your horses, directing the coach. As long as you don't like stop to attack or do something that engages or that requires a lot of energy, you can get the benefit of a long rest while you travel. So that is where we're at today. We'll pick it back up with you guys. You are essentially one hex outside of Port Pasca, starting to make your way towards the foothills of the Shadow Range.
All right. So we need to start moving.
Agreed. And Rogar, with his soldier background, he's always probably the first one up, so he probably would have been like packing up anything that they had taken out during the night and making sure they're all ready to go for when everyone else is up and ready.
Same with Grognak, as he's a soldier as well.
Different type of soldier.
My background is still soldier, so shut up.
Yeah, but I'm more professional.
You're a blacksmith,
You're
if
a
I'm not
fucking
mistaken.
barbarian.
That's
I'm more
Still
professional. Suck a dick.
I mean, you could be a professional barbarian if you get paid for it. I mean,
Different definition of professional. Done.
either way. Let's get moving.
So yeah, I mean, if no one else is doing anything, I'd assume we just start
No.
moving.
All right. Well then, you guys gonna keep the same kind of order. I think it was
Me and Grognak.
Rogar and Grognak providing direction. I think it was Mordai doing some like perception checks around the area. Angrath and Borgin, what were you guys doing?
Food and water.
we were doing the food and water.
Oh, right.
So that's
Yeah.
survival, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Everyone's
so we'll
survival,
start.
but Morda.
Yeah, so we'll start first with the traveling, the navigation checks. So Grognak and Rogar, go ahead and give me survival checks. And there we go. Grognak, you're hungover. You're not feeling too well today still. You weren't like particularly drunk the last day and a half, to be honest. But not even within a state of intoxication. You just feel
Morning
kind
grogginess.
of ill. Yeah, morning grogginess is what we'll call it, sure. Sun's just peaked up. It's probably about, we'll call it 7 in the morning right now. Sun is up above the peaks of the mountain way out in the distance that you can see. You're just tired. Rogar, you're like, despite the fact that you had an exhausting night, you got maybe 4 hours of sleep. You immediately got into a fight, took quite a bit of damage. You're pretty well aware at this point, now that you've done a circle before, you don't want to do that again, so you know right where to lead the party.
Yeah, I'd be taking us that way. Straight, right?
Yeah, so you can go ahead and move your token as you need as you guys travel throughout the day. Mordai, give me a perception check. Don't particularly see much. You're, again, kind of tired from the night before, so you're not like too observant this day rather than other days. And then Angrath and Borgin, go ahead and give me survival checks as well. See if we find any food and water today. Angrath, you find some water. You're still following that sort of same stream that you guys had before, so you get the benefit of having fresh, clean running water. You don't find any food for the day, though, so you guys are all going to have to consume some rations. So make sure everyone consumes some rations, and nothing particularly jumps out at you. Mordai, you guys, as you're traveling, dusk starts to fall. horses have been going most of the day. You guys took some stops and stuff to like look around. Nothing in particular happened. So you all can have the benefit at this point of a long rest. If you choose, you can travel through the night and continue to work the horses into the next day, or you can choose to stop and rest.
Stop and rest the horses. We don't need them dying on us.
Agreed. If we were going to double time it, we should double time it through the mountain range. And since we're not there yet, and we won't be able to make it in a night, I would rather not stop halfway
I
through.
agree. Agreed.
Okay. So you guys choose to stop for the evening. You guys gonna set up like any form of watch, or are you all just gonna sleep?
Yeah, I'd assume it's
If
the
we're
same.
doing watch, I'm taking second watch.
Yeah, I'd assume it's the same watch, just swapped this time. Rogar goes first, Grognak goes second. Probably because
Okay.
Grognak wants to be up the second time in case we get another engagement.
Yep.
Sure. So is everyone else gonna just kind of like rest throughout the evening? And Rogar, you're gonna take how long of a watch?
I'd assume it's 4 and 4 between the two of us. It's
Okay.
8 hour.
Yep.
All right, that's fine. So you guys take your rest. Rogar, give me a perception check. Rogar, as you're taking your watch, again, really dark. You don't have the benefit of night vision. Do you have your lantern lit by chance?
Yeah, my lantern would be lit, and like every so often, like most of the time, since I don't have dark vision, I'd be used to relying on my other senses. But every so often, I'd be lifting the lantern and looking around and closing it again, so I'm not making too much of
Okay.
a scene or making it too obvious for myself.
And how many flasks of oil do you have?
4, I believe it is. Yeah, 4.
Okay. I'd say at this point, probably into the third hour of your watch, your lantern starts to dim, where you would probably want to consume one of your flasks to refill your lantern. And as you do that, really, really dark, very dim light, you start to hear some rustling out in the tree line off the path.
All right. Once I refill my lantern and shine it, is it still out of my view?
Roll me another perception check. No, it is not out of your view. You see about 20 feet off the path on the right side of the cart into the tree line. You see a medium-sized animal creature, kind of hunched over, making some noise in some of the grass, and then it picks its heads up, and you see a giant rack on the top of its heads. Looks like a big velvet rack, maybe like a deer or a moose.
All right. Can I do an animal check to see exactly what it is, or a
Yeah,
survival?
yeah.
or
Give
anything?
me a survival check or a nature check, whichever you prefer.
Survival's better.
Yeah,
than
not
nature,
too sure. Not particularly sure.
but I'll keep my
The
eyes on
moose
it.
or deer kind of like creature.
I'll just keep my eyes on it, but if it doesn't look like it's something that's gonna attack me, I'll leave it alone.
All right, yeah, and you keep your eyes on it, and you watch it for about the next 30 to 45 minutes or so after you've refilled your lantern, and kind of doesn't get near the cart, kind of walks a little bit towards the path of where you guys are at, maybe a few feet away from what it was at. It gives you a couple looks, as it's not hearing much noise or feeling much of a threat from you guys. It starts to walk on and walks beyond your field of view, and that is the end of your 4-hour watch.
When I wake Grognak up, I'll make him aware that, like which way it went, and then just settle in for the night.
Okay. All right, so Grognak, you are being woken by Rogar.
My turn already. All right, I'm
Yep.
up. I'm up.
Off that way, some sort of horned animal was grazing.
Which way's that way? He says, looking around.
I'm just gonna point the way it went.
Oh, all right, all right. I'll keep an eye on it.
It didn't look threatening, but it's quite dark. I couldn't make out exactly what it was.
Oh, that's because that lantern right there, man. You can't see shit with those things.
I see better with it than without.
Well, all right. Have a good night.
I'll just settle in for the night.
Okay. Do you leave the lantern going or you dim it?
No, I put it out. I don't know.
Okay.
I know everyone else has dark vision, and I'm not gonna waste my oil.
Yeah, right. All right, so Grognak, go ahead and roll me a perception check. Okay, so you take watch. It's about maybe an hour and a half or so into your watch, and you start to hear some noise coming from the side of the forest as well. This time opposite the side of where, or actually no, the same side from where Rogar had sort of pointed out to you.
Okay, well, I'm gonna prepare my battle axe and get ready for a fight while I was just looking carefully.
Okay, and where are you situated on the cart right now?
I guess I'd be on the I'd be at the front of the cart, right next to the horses.
All right, so yeah, you're at the front of the cart there, and yeah, you start to hear some rustling, and you start to hear a noise, maybe from your guess, could be 100 feet out, could be 20 feet out, some type sounds. What is your?
I wanna
action, right?
Yes.
Okay. What's the trigger for your ready to action to swing your battle axe?
As soon as anything pops up into my field of view, I'm getting ready to fight.
Okay. Roll me another perception check. Okay. You very clearly can make out at this point, about 30 feet out, is a bear walking towards the cart, making its way towards, like from the tree line, coming on towards the path and walking in the direction of the cart. Again, still making that kind of like huffing and puffing type noise.
Okay, well, guess I'm just gonna look at it intently and just. All right, a bear. It's gonna be fun, and I'm gonna just keep an eye on it as it walks towards the camp. If it walks towards the camp.
Okay. And it continues to do so. It moves in. It's about 20 feet out from you now. What do you want to do?
I'm just gonna roar at it, just roar.
Give me a intimidation check. So you let out this big roar kind of sound, and as it starts to encroach a little more, you see two cubs walking behind this bear, and the bear kind of stops, sort of looks up and down towards the cart. Give me an insight check as well, as you can pretty clearly see this bear at this point. Yeah, no idea what the bear could be thinking. You just kind of let out this roar, and as you see the two cubs walk, you see the bear stand up on two legs, sizing you up. As you let out this giant roar, sitting on top, or sitting in the front of the cart by the horses. The horses, at this point, start to startle and start moving around, making noise, shaking the cart a little bit as it's beginning to get a little worrisome. And as you let out this roar, you see the two cubs behind the bear scamper off into the forest. The bear, standing up on two legs looking at you, runs off after her cubs, and they leave your field of vision pretty quick.
That's what I thought.
and I would say at this point, yeah, time goes by pretty smoothly, and at this point, the rest of the evening goes by very quietly as you start to see the peak, the very tip crest of the sun start to rise just at the tips of the mountain range out in the distance as morning has come. And the rest of you in the cart start to wake up as the air starts to warm a little more, and daylight has finally broken over the mountain peaks.
Okay. Gardneck's just gonna keep sitting in the front and just be like, "Oi, you waking up yet?"
Yeah, Ragnar's always Rogar's always up at like first light. He gets up real early. So also when like during the night we like take unhitch the horses, right? Like we just leave them.
You take what?
Like we unharness the horses so they have a comfortable night.
Okay.
I assume that's what we do, and they're just like roped up nearby so they can't walk away.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna leave that up to you guys.
Yeah, well then
I'm fine with that.
when he gets up, he'd like
Yeah, sounds right.
he'd reharness his horse and get Grognak to reharness his horse because the other horse doesn't like Rogar.
Sure.
Yep, I'm with that.
Yep.
All right, yeah. So you guys are fine to start your next day. By the way, anyone who, because it's been 2 long rests since then, you guys all have full hit dice again. So anyone who
Yep.
had reduced hit dice can bring those back at the full. You get half of them back on 1 long rest, but you guys have had 2 now, so you can bring those back up as well. Any spell slots that were consumed previously have all been replenished. And yeah, again, make sure you guys have reduced your rations by 1 for the last day's worth of travel.
You guys should really turn your sounds for Discord off.
So I think I have mine off.
Yeah, it's someone else.
All right, so it's what is it, the 9th day of the 5th moon. You guys have made it to your next day. You want to go ahead and give me survival checks for Rogar and Grognak.
No.
All right. Yeah, so Rogar and Grognak, you guys confer, you check out the map. Grognak, not having slept for the last 4 hours, a little bit tired, but Rogar is able to pretty easily convince you that you're heading the right way, so that you're taking the path of least resistance as you're right into the foothills of the Shadow Range at this point, and can pretty easily move throughout the day. So you guys can move the token wherever you want to move it to.
Before we get going, I'm gonna look at Grognak and ask if we head directly east, will we be able to make it through the mountain range if we double time it?
Oh, yeah, we should. But after we get through, we might want to watch out for the deep marsh. It's a little bit tricky out there.
And I'd have the map out, like probably in front of both of us. 'Cause I'd be talking to him. We'll go north around it. It won't be a problem.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So if he says that, I'd say we'd probably double time it to get to there, right? You move 2 in a day.
Yep.
Yeah. If you guys double time it, you can do 2 in a day. Mordai, give me perception check. Okay. And then Morgan and Angrath give me survival checks for food and water. Yeah. Morgan, you kind of see the stream follows a little through. It starts to get a little fainter, or I guess a little. It's not quite as strong as you make your way through the mountain. You guys are quickly moving the horses. You've got a very hurried pace. You make a lot of noise as you travel, but it's still daylight. Doesn't seem to be too much of a bother. Mordai is looking out pretty well and doesn't find anything that should be of worry. Yeah, Borgin, you find some water, though the stream does start to slow down a little bit as you get through the mountains, and then seemingly not disappears, but very faint, very kind of spotty in terms of running water as you make it through the mountain range. In Angrath, you find plenty of food along the way, so you guys have food and water for the day. You don't have to consume anything from your water skins or utilize any rations. And you start to notice that it becomes dark again, or that dusk is now setting in on the 9th day of the 5th moon. You guys continue to go throughout the night, or do you stop to take a rest?
No, after double timing through the day, I'd definitely push for us to stop, especially if we're through the mountain range, like to the other side.
Same.
Yeah, and the horses are becoming pretty restless at this point. You guys stopped like a little bit throughout, like as you get through the mountains, but even though there was a clear path and you didn't like quite, climb to the summit of the mountain and come back down, there was a lot of winding trails throughout. A lot that sort of looked like this type of terrain as you really got into it. So where you guys may have stuck to like the valleys and stuff. Still pretty rough terrain overall for the horses, not like the easiest of traveling. So they've definitely become a bit restless and tired.
Yeah.
Not bad. Don't want that.
I mean, that looks neat too.
But yeah, you guys make it. Again, dusk starts to fall. So I'll let you guys kind of set up watch however you want. And presumably you unhitch the horses then and tie them up a nearby tree.
Yeah.
I say the dwarf has watch tonight. I'm fucking sleeping.
I am fine with that.
Angrath will take a watch as well.
Alright. Rogar won't argue. He'll think about it for a second, because, it makes a lot of sense for the two soldiers to do the watches, but he won't say a lot, or he won't say anything.
Okay. So of Borgin and Angrath, who takes the first watch?
I'll take first.
And then do you guys sleep inside the cart, or do you like actually make camp outside of the cart?
The way you've been describing it, it sounds like we just sleep in the cart.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just kind of my guesstimate. It's however you want to do it. End of the day.
It wouldn't really matter to Rogar.
I have no preference either.
I would prefer to probably make camp just so I'm not squishing everybody in the back.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, again, there's enough room in the cart that it's like comfortable to like sit in for the 3 of you that aren't actually navigating. But
And
yeah, it would kind of get uncomfortable after a while of just sleeping all of you inside of the cart.
Yeah,
Especially
Not to
since
mention the wood is
Frogneck
probably
likes
a
to
little tougher than the
sprawl.
grass.
if we make camp, then Rogar would sleep out, outside.
Okay. Well, it's up to you guys. You're welcome to sleep in the cart. You're welcome to make camp.
I will choose whatever you guys do.
I have no preference.
Yeah, I guess we'll just make camp then.
Okay. All right. So again, I'm sorry. I don't know if I quite heard it when you guys said it. Is Borgin or Angrath taking the
Borgin.
first watch?
I'm taking
Borgin.
first watch.
All right, Borgin, give me a perception check for your first 4 hours of watch. Okay. And you have dark vision, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Rogar's the only one without.
Did you guys set up a fire at all by chance for like warmth or light or anything?
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have.
Oh, and as well as my direwolf would be with me as well.
Yeah, give me a perception check for Fenris. Okay. So, Borgin, as you're taking watch, again, you don't particularly notice anything, but and the horses are fast asleep, just kind of laying on the ground. They've had a very exhausted day. As soon as you kind of unhitched them, set them down, and gave them some food and water for the night, they just kind of immediately passed out. They were pretty tired. Fenris starts to sort of point and sniff and walk a little bit off the path on the left side, moves up to a tree and just kind of gets in a position where he's sitting and staring.
I'm gonna follow him and see if I can see what he's looking at.
Okay, give me another perception check.
With advantage or without?
No advantage. Yeah, you're not particularly sure. You don't really see anything. He just kind of stays steadied and looking.
Okay.
And yeah, time goes by. Nothing really happens, but as the 4 hours comes up and you would go to wake up Angrath for his watch, Fenris is still stout, standing in the same position, staring, kind of moving his head every so often, not making noise, but not breaking guard either.
So I'm gonna let Angrath know what's going on. Oi, Angrath, my dog's staring at something. Just keep in mind. Don't know what it is.
I'll see if I can figure out what his issue is.
And then I'd head off to bed.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk over by Fenris and like, what's going on?
Yeah, give me a perception check as you get up to Fenris. Yeah, you're able to make out the kind of the silhouette of kind of like a sort of looks like a smaller tree that you can't really tell if it's real or if it's an illusion. All you can kind of see is the shadowy silhouette, and maybe it's your mind playing tricks on you, but it looks like the actual limbs like move every so often, kind of shakes every so often.
How far away is it from where we're at about?
You're not too sure. All you can see is the shadow kind of cast from the partial moon that's up in the sky. At this point it's midnight, or a little past middle of the night, so you can kind of see the shadow cast off of the moonlight, but the shadow itself maybe looks like 60 feet out. You're not exactly sure. You're not also convinced that it's 100% real, but Fenris is still pretty stout in his watch.
All right, I'll just kind of stand there and just kind of look off and see if I can, for an hour or so, anything changes.
Okay, roll me another perception check with advantage this time. Yeah, you see it move a little more, and then after about the next hour or so, it kind of goes away. And not by goes away like you watch it walk away, you just don't see it anymore. Give me an animal handling check, or give me an insight check, actually, for Fenris. Yeah, Fenris has become more relaxed. He's still looking, but it's less one of those that he's stoutly implanted into the ground, more one of he's just kind of allowed himself to lay down, like not putting his head down to like sleep, but at least rest his body. He's not on edge, ready to attack at this point anymore. You very much feel like whatever was there, he's now just kind of keeping watch at this point. He's not really like concerned of a threat. That the threat seems to have been gone.
Okay,
Whatever it could have been.
All right, I was kind of wander back towards the cart and kind of keep watch back at the cart.
Okay. Do you try and bring Fenris with you, or do you let him?
Yeah, I'll see if he'll come with me.
All right. Yeah, you call him over. He kind of looks like he wants to stay for about another half a second, and then just kind of gives up and walks at the end and lays down next to you on the edge of the cart.
Okay.
And as that happens, yeah, your watch goes uneventfully for the rest of the night. you guys awake the next morning.
All right, and we're like just past, like we're at the foothills, right?
You're just getting toward. You're starting to descend at this point on the path. You're like you can see the foothills, like in front of you, but you can very much see the open plain of land very close by. Like within the day's travel, you'll be out of the foothills. You're not quite in the heart of the mountains anymore. You're on your descent at this point.
Okay. So yeah, Roger would probably, be up Crocodon again, getting the horses or getting the horse resaddled and all that, the usual.
Same with Grognak.
We can't hear you. Mordo.
If he said he's been having bad connection issues.
Anybody?
So what was that, Charlie?
I'm having connection issues.
Okay.
I think I just kind of missed all of it.
Basically, nothing happened for the rest of the night. It's the next morning now. Yeah, so Rogar, you attach your horse to the cart. Presumably the rest of you are like waking up and starting to pack up camp and load yourselves onto the cart to get ready to go. Yeah.
So would Fenris be at full hit points now?
Yep.
Okay.
And then yeah, so if we're ready to continue moving on, Rogar, you guys can all give me your checks. We'll start with Rogar and Grognak. Lucky enough for you, Grognak, your 6 was just enough. As
Bless.
you are almost like surprised by the great uneventful sleep that you had. You weren't disturbed in the night, yet you also didn't have to keep watch. More relaxed feeling in that you sort of were just thinking on back to the finally getting a decent night of sleep. Almost not thinking exactly of, hey, what's the best route to take for today, but you eventually are able to come and decide onto it and start making.
I think for Rogar, it's just more weird. This is like the first night he hasn't had to do something during the night. 'Cause like even back when he was blacksmith, he'd be up late working and then up early at at like usual. So getting a full night's sleep is unconventional for him. So he just
Sure,
feels weird
and
about it.
Grognak, it was similar in the sense that like nobody was fucking with you this time. You didn't have to like keep watch and like worry about defending the cart. You kind of were able to relax and let someone else deal with that tonight. As well, you weren't stuck like on the discomforting floor of the cart or the benches of the cart. You're able to actually make camp and sleep pretty well, which again almost made you not think about, hey, we actually have to get up and keep moving today. But you guys do so successfully, so you can chart where the cart goes for the next day's worth of travel. You're able to double time again if you want.
Rogar,
Again, you put a little bit of stress onto the. On
I'm gonna say we start heading a little bit north after getting out of the mountains.
yeah, Rogar is. I agree. We should head east one more day so we're fully out of the mountains, and then head north.
Right about there.
And we're talking about this before we head
Double it
out.
up.
I would probably say we don't. I don't think we necessarily need to double time now that we're through the mountains. The plains are so simple to get across.
True. Yeah, that's true. It's true.
But since Rogar still feels out of sorts, just because of the good night's sleep for once, he'll defer. Whatever you think is correct. You are the local knowledge. Never traveled here.
Yeah, we're gonna move we're gonna move pretty slowly today. Don't need to rush it as we did.
Yeah, we'll just head out, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys make your way. You make pretty moderate, normal speed of travel there. Mordai, go ahead and give me your perception check. Okay, and then Angrath and Borgin go your survival checks. Angrath, easily find food again. You're able to forage pretty well. Find some, some fruits off some trees. Find some like local different herbs and things you guys can eat along the way. Maybe scavenge and like hunt a few rabbits and stuff as you're traveling with your crossbow. Borgin, no stream, no water in sight. It's become more of like a blank sort of landscape with no source of running water, at least for this day's travel. So you guys will have to consume your entire water skin by the end of the day.
So if we only had one person doing survival, would the DC just be a lot higher for them to find both, or would they not be able to?
The DC would be higher for both, yeah. So you could have one do both.
Oh, so they just have to do 2 checks?
No, I just choose to make it 2 checks because we have 2 people doing it. The one person could look for both. I just happen to split it among Borgin and Angrath, where I'm making them kind of have individual responsibility.
Okay.
And at least for the landscape as well, it makes more sense that based on Borgin's check, he rolled a natural 1, that it's just the environment. You're outside of the range, which presumably provided some of that natural flowing water from the mountains itself, where now that you're kind of out of it, you're on the wrong side of the stream, you don't really have anything. And anything that might have been there looks pretty dried up. But, I mean, in terms of food, no problem finding food today. Yeah, you guys travel pretty moderately. Horses seem to be doing all right. They don't seem quite as tired or knackered by the end of the day as they were yesterday. Yesterday they were pretty tired and not looking like they were going to move much further for the day. So you guys can choose to push through the night if you wish, or you can choose to stop and rest.
Yeah, Urga would stop us once we're out on the plains and make camp. Tonight he would
Okay.
set up a fire because he is taking first watch.
Grognak will take second watch.
Okay. So yeah, Rogar, go ahead and give me your perception check for the first night. As the sun starts to fall, you can very easily see the mountains way, way, way out in the distance. So I shouldn't say quite as easily. They don't look in terms of scale like on the map that you would expect, but it's because you're very far away. But out towards the end of the horizon, you can just see the sun start to settle behind the mountains way in the distance. And as you check around for your first watch, you start to see a couple figures walking towards the path.
Do they look humanoid?
They do.
Would Fenris need to roll something as well? 'Cause I'm pretty sure he'd be awake.
Yeah, I'd
Just
assume
asking.
Fenris is just
I mean,
kind
that's
of,
kind of up to you. He's your.
I'd kind of assume he just sleeps
Companion?
whenever he feels like, so he's kind of just asleep while we're traveling at times, and like a normal dog, you know? They're usually up most of the
Yeah.
night anyway.
Yeah, I'll roll a perception check for that. So would this be a hearing or seeing? Well, hearing or smelling?
Oh, the perception? I mean,
Yeah.
it's both.
Okay.
He
Because
has dark vision, but he also.
He'll get
can
advantage.
hear.
He has advantage on any perception check that relies on hearing or smell.
Oh, well then, yeah, this is absolutely what that is. So he's got perception check, and he, before he starts to lay down with you, Borgin, he starts to kind of pick up and starts to look in the same direction that Rogar is looking as well, starting to see some humanoid creatures making their way down the path towards the cart.
So wait, am I the only one awake at this point, or is Borgin still awake?
I would say Borgin's laid down, but Fenris has now moved towards you.
So what I would still be somewhat in awake, kind of like in between.
No, I'd say you're. I mean, you can choose to be awake if you want. If you wanted to not settle down yet, you can be awake.
It's fine. I'll be asleep.
Okay.
Okay, well, Rogar still does not like the dire wolf. So he keeps his distance and he's kind of, "Oh, Morgan, awake! Your wolf is onto something."
Alright, I'm gonna be.
I'm gonna. He sees what I see, and I don't quite know what it is. I'm gonna point out the figures.
Do I need to make a perception check with advantage for that then?
Yes.
13.
Yeah, you start to see 5 figures walking towards the camp.
I'm gonna try to get everybody else up just as well. Hey, there's people coming towards the camp.
Being a soldier, I'll pop right up, just like, huh? Just people. You say people?
Hey,
All right, coming up.
Rogar, because
I'm just gonna.
Rogar, because he takes his watch at like sitting at the front of the cart. He's probably just standing up on the cart with his warhammer resting next to the cart and his shield gagged on his shoulder like usual.
Okay.
Being very
I'll just walk up next to Rogar with my great extra on, just like, oh, where are they?
Yeah, Roger, give me one more perception check this time with advantage.
Perception.
Yeah, you see 5 humanoids walking towards the path where you guys have made campfires. I'd say you and Fenris are probably near the fire right now.
Well, I'm on.
Now, Grog.
I'm on the opposite side of the fire.
Oh, you said you're on the cart. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm also.
yeah.
I keep my distance from the wolf because I don't like him. I don't trust it yet.
Okay. And Grognak walks towards you. But you see the direction of where Fenris is looking, and you can see 5 humanoids making their way towards your camp.
Okay.
What do you want to do? I'll let you have one free action here.
I mean, Rogar's just gonna stand there watching. If it doesn't look like they're trying to sneak up and slit our throats in our sleep, if they're just walking down the path, he's just gonna stand there.
Give me an insight check.
Where's the inside? There it is.
Not sure whether or not they're sleeping or not.
They're sleeping?
I mean, they looked like sneaking. I'm sorry, not sleeping.
They're
They're definitely
they're
not
sleepwalking? Oh, we can sneak up and slit their
no,
necks.
sorry. You're not sure whether or not they're sneaking.
Okay.
You're not really able to notice intent. But you do notice that they are armored. They do have weapons, and they're making their way towards the camp.
I want to take a look around us to see if there's anybody trying to flank us or some shit.
Give me a perception check. No, you don't see anyone.
What is with these shitty rolls?
I would actually probably make one as well. Just to see. Just in case. Because I'm just standing there. As they approach, I'd probably take a look around.
Yeah, so where you guys made camp, you're still technically like right on the very lower portion of the foothills, your path. And as you were first just observing the 5 figures walking towards you, as you kind of look around towards the hilly terrain along the sides of the camp, you do notice one other humanoid creature sort of crept up behind a tree.
How close?
I'd say from you right now, about 35 feet from you.
Alright,
Would I notice Rogar looking at this?
I mean, he's not like staring intently at it. He's probably noticed it.
No, he's just kind of giving a pass-by glance. Maybe he holds for a half a second longer when he looks up towards the hill. But I mean, you can give me.
I would say as soon as I say that, I'd continue scanning, and once I get back to that group, I'd tell everyone, or I'd probably shout, "Oi, what are you doing behind that tree?" And I'm now looking directly at that tree.
Okay.
I mean, is that what you're doing?
Said just gonna whip around and be like, "What?"
So that's what you do. You yell up toward the tree. Give me another perception check.
And when Rogar says, I'm like, obviously he's probably not with them, is what Bergen would say.
You see you see the figure start to try and hide himself a little more into the tree. Does not respond to you, just moves to try and like conceal himself a little further potentially.
I'm
You're
gonna
not. You're not
just
sneaky,
whisper
pal.
over him. Where is he? Where is he? I'll plant a javelin right next to him.
I just pat Grognak on the shoulder. I assume his shoulder is like knee height for me since I'm standing up on the cart. So I pat on my shoulder.
I'm like 8'11". I'm pretty sure I'd be about chest height for you right now.
I don't think so. The cart's like I'm standing like 4 feet above the ground, and then I'm another, 7 or 6 feet off that. But I guess waist
I
height.
wouldn't say Grognak has a height advantage here.
Well, he has a height advantage, but he's not taller than me.
Oh, like standing both of you guys on the ground next to each other has a height advantage. I'm saying you being stood up on top of the cart looking around.
Yeah, but I'm gonna pat him on the shoulder and be like, "We don't need to attack yet. They're not being violent. It's just a very bad
And,
sneaky, very bad at sneaking."
As they're having this conversation, I'm gonna look
Just a
towards
warning
the,
shot.
the 5 figures that were approaching.
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
I'm gonna look towards the 5 figures that are approaching, seeing if they drew their weapons or whatever.
They're walking right upon you guys now.
Are they? What's the
And
degree of difference between the two? Like, is it like, are they opposite sides of the camp from each other, or?
the degree of difference between the one behind the tree and
Yes.
5 walking towards you? I'd say a degree of difference is the ones I would say would be northeast of you would be the 5 along the same path, and I would say directly west of you. So let's say you turn a normal compass to the direction of northeast. Directly west of that position would be the one behind the tree.
Directly west of northeast, so northwest,
Yes.
or south.
northwest.
It'd be southwest.
No, it's northwest.
Okay, so it's 90-degree difference.
So 90
Okay,
degree
so they're both.
difference, yeah.
They can both be in my field of view. See, then I'd
Yes.
then I'd make sure I could see both of them at all time.
Just in case, I'm gonna ready one of my javelins to throw.
I'm gonna, at this point, since they're getting closer, I'm gonna ready. I'm gonna pull out my sword. I'm gonna unsheath my sword.
Okay.
And Ingrath's gonna fly up in there so I can get a little better view on what's going on. Pull out my sword.
Okay. Relative to the cart and where you guys made tent, Angrath, where do you fly your to?
Just like up in front of the cart, just a little bit. Just a few feet in front of the cart, kind of where everybody
Okay.
else is at.
Modart starts to charge up his hands with electricity.
Is it just me or is he
Okay.
really quiet?
What? He's a little quiet.
I can myself down with this construction.
I want to try and intimidate the 5 and the one hiding behind the tree, out of attacking if possible.
Okay. I guess how are you gonna try and intimidate them?
I am literally just gonna yell, if you want to attack, don't fucking do it. I'll pop your head off.
Give me an intimidation check.
This better work because it'd be great if it works.
Rogar still hasn't picked up his warhammer, by the way. He doesn't see any aggression from them. He's not going to show any aggression.
Well, you think you're gonna take 5 of us? As they've now walked directly in front of where Angrath is flying up overhead, maybe 10 feet from you, Rogar. There are 5 gentlemen, kind of burly, all wearing like, leather armor. One standing in the middle is a little bit bigger than the others. He's got some studded leather armor on, weapons at their sides. And he goes, well, what have we here? Tattered cart and few nobodies stepping into my terrain.
My voice, Grognar's voice is just gonna get deeper, and he's gonna stand tall and be like, nobody. I'm the general of the Beartooth Orcs.
General of the Bear-Tooth Orcs. Oh, we love orcs, don't we, boys? And the rest go,
My investigation was to see if
big
he had
problem.
any identifying marks, anything that I could pick out that I'd recognize. Crest.
No, I wouldn't say so. I mean, he's got like some like tribalish tattoos you see on one of the arms, but if it even had some form of semblance of like designation of something in particular, you would just assume it was something from Izora that you wouldn't exactly be familiar with. Well, you've where you boys traveling to, huh?
Hey, that'd be none of your concern there.
What the dwarf said.
And Borgin and Mordai, how far are you guys away from the?
I'm assuming I'd be standing next to Fenris.
Okay. And Mordai, you're where?
I guess I'm at the car. Or I'm assuming we're still at the car. We're just
Yeah,
standing
okay.
outside of it, like watching the horses.
None of your concern, huh? Well, I'd say that everything that happens on my path is all of my concern. Ain't that right, boys? And the rest of them kind of start to laugh. So, yeah, that's right, boss, that's right. So,
Hey, what dictates if it's your path or not?
the fact that it's my path and you're on it, I'd say dictates whether or not it's mine.
Right, there's no identifying mark saying you claim this land as your own. Technically, me being of noble birth, I could claim anything I want.
And at this point, he walks directly up in front of you, Borg, and Fenris starts to snarl a little bit and dig its heels into the dirt. Says, "Well there, boy." And he looks down at your smaller dwarven stature. Smaller in height, not in, like, overall body size. And says, "I'd say since it's my land, and you're making a rest on it, would be that it's mine, not yours. Now, gentlemen," and he kind of steps away from you and starts to look towards Rogar as Rogar.
Can I make a check to see how old he is? Like, what would I, like, try to guess his age?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
That's not gonna work.
Middle-aged, maybe.
Like-
He's a human. You can tell he's a
So
human.
like 50?
Is your guess? Yeah, you're not too sure. Yeah, the problem is he carries a really big beard. He's got a weathered-looking face, and it's quite clear that he's got a scar going across part of his
Okay.
face
So
and
I'm
on
gonna.
some of his arms. So some of those like weathering marks makes it harder to tell like exactly how old he is.
I'm
He's
gonna be
not
like,
like old, but
I'm gonna be like, how old do you think I am to call me a boy?
it's not a matter of age. It's a matter of what you got on the inside there, boy. Well then, boys, I see you're making camp on my land here. Where you headed to?
East.
Again, at this point,
You're
Grognek's
so
gonna
right.
be walking right up to him, just standing right in front of him, and looking down, trying to intimidate again. None of your business.
Well, I'd say if you're on my path, and you're not being very cordial with me, then it is my business. And he's looking up at you, but staring right in your eyes. No sense of like fear through him at the moment.
At this point, I'm gonna
You-
step down and walk over and just grab Gar and calm down. There's no need for a fight.
And he takes a step back, a little closer to the men that he walked up with. Well, to make it through, you can either pay the fine or pay with your lives.
And
What is the
That's it.
fine?
Looks at you for a minute, looks towards the cart. About 100 gold pieces each. Or you're carting horses.
Neither of those are gonna work.
Well, then I say you pay with your lives. And everybody, roll me some initiative. Let me get the roller up here.
I was gonna try to negotiate some more, but I guess not.
Could we get a battle map, possibly?
Yes, you can.
yeah, because
Give me 1 second.
we can't
Sorry,
roll-
I'm just trying to
we
move
can't
over.
roll initiative without a token.
Yeah, I know. Go ahead and click on your tokens here.
I just I try to negotiate, but it doesn't really work out too
Should have
well.
been such a dickhead at the start.
Hey, you come up on me, I mean, like, there's gonna be a problem.
Grognak's gonna just have a lowered voice, just, oh, I have no problem
Oh, I
killing
did it
these
wrong.
fuckers.
Phil, I did it wrong. I got a 20 though.
Yeah, I think I did mine wrong or something.
Yeah, you didn't click your character first.
Oh, I gotta click Fenris. Bam.
Oh, no, okay, so I got it. Oh,
Or did I go back to where you were? You have to move out of turn.
Thank you, Deputy DM.
Where am I in?
Fenris got an initiative of 16. So I'm 20, and then Fenris is 16, and I gotta go use the bathroom real fast.
That's fun.
You have the first
I'm trying to
turn,
figure out where the
retard.
heck I'm at.
He's gonna go to the bathroom before taking his turn?
So where do I click on myself so I get the right?
You just click on the token, and then in your character sheet, you click the word initiative.
You just have to click your token on the map before you click the initiative that you rolled.
Oh, okay. I don't even.
Can I ready a reaction for if I'm attacked?
There I am.
I mean,
Okay.
If you have a
I
reaction.
mean, I think you readied an action to attack anyways already, didn't you?
But I wanna ready a reaction so
You
I can
have
rage if
Do
I'm
you
attacked.
have a
Yeah,
reaction?
I mean, a readied action would be. A readied action just consumes your reactions for that turn.
I'm a waste of
So let's see. Descending. Okay, we got Mordai, Fenris, Grognak, Rogar, Angrath. I think we have everybody, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Alright, cool.
Aye, we do.
Alright, so it's my turn?
Yes, it is. You are first to react as the leader of these group of 5 individuals steps up and says, "Well, then you can pay the fine with your lives." What do you want to do?
So I'm gonna move up to this one right here. That guy
Okay.
that's right in front of me. I'm gonna strike him with thunderous might. I click on longsword then thunder smite, right? Or do I just do thunder smite?
Well, Thunderous Smite is the add-on to the damage. Right?
Okay. Let me check.
So you click your longsword to make sure you hit first.
Okay.
So, do I rage and then have to wait to frenzy the next turn, or can I rage and then immediately frenzy?
I believe you could just frenzied rage.
I rolled a 14.
Because-
Gotcha.
Yeah, 14 is a hit. So you can add your Thunderous Smite. What does it add to it again? 6, I think.
I believe it's 1d6.
You can click it.
Yeah.
in
So
your
go ahead
list
and
if you're not sure.
So under the spells.
Yeah. It's
Damn. Thunder smite. Oh, I clicked that wrong.
no, that's 2d6 it rolled. All right, so go
Okay.
ahead and roll the damage for your longsword as well.
And
that
I
is
one-handed it.
one-handed. All right, so you deal 16 total damage to the guy right in front of you.
And then he gets pushed back. I believe it says up to 2 creatures within 5 feet.
He gets pushed back how far?
Let me. Wrong spell. I hate clicking on the wrong thing.
10 feet away.
And is that
They
a?
must succeed a strength saving throw or be pushed 10 feet away from you and knocked prone.
Yeah.
What's the DC for the saving throw then?
It would be a 12.
Okay, that guy fails, and then it's the guy next to you as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he succeeds. Does he take half damage?
No, it's just he doesn't
failed?
get pushed away or knocked prone.
Or no, he just doesn't get pushed away.
It's
All right, so this guy
pushed away and knocked prone as well. So the guy gets pushed is also
Yeah,
prone.
push away and knock prone.
is pushed back, and he is now prone. And this guy also takes the damage for the Thunderous Smite too. Then, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That will end your turn, I assume, or do you do anything else?
No, that'll be it.
Okay. All right. So this guy's turn right here. He's going to step down and fire off a crossbow bolt towards Grognak, and that is absolutely a hit. 5 piercing damage into Grognak. Pulls out a crossbow and shoots it right. Gets it into your arm where it's uncovered by your armor there.
So 5 damage.
Yep.
I'm getting someone's echo.
And that is the end of his turn. Next
Okay, since
guy.
I ready to reaction, can I attack him as well?
Yeah, you can move. You can, well, yeah, from a long range attack. You don't have movement, but you can.
I'm just gonna throw a javelin at him.
Okay. That's a hit. Roll damage. All right. So
I
you
want to hit him in the chest,
for-
just like square in the chest.
Yeah, and you do just that. You line the javelin back and you throw it, hurl it straight forward, and nail him right in the chest. As it is the guy prone, he stands up, walks back into Borgin, pulls a scimitar out from his side,
Scimitar?
and he has a scimitar on his side. And what is your AC, Borgin?
19.
19. You have a shield, yeah?
Yep.
That's with the shield. Okay. So yeah, he takes his scimitar, goes, swings towards you. Looks like it's coming right towards you. You get your shield up and are able to block the attack. Mordai, it's your turn.
I'm gonna go ahead and move right here and fire an Eldritch Blast at this one.
All right, that's fine. Good. That is a hit. Roll of damage.
And don't I get +3?
You do for your Eldritch Invocation, right?
Agonizing Blast.
Yeah. All right. How does that read again? Just remind me.
It's like, oh, where'd it go? When you cast Eldritch Blast, add your Charisma modifier to the damage it deals on a hit.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So you hit for 11.
Nice.
And that will end your turn. And before Fenris is able to react, that's absolutely a hit. Borgin, coming from the side, down up the hill, you hear mechanism kind of unlock as you're immediately stabbed in the side of the crossbow bolt, and you take 8 piercing damage as this guy enters battle. And that's all he's gonna do. So now it is Fenris's. Fenris.
Alright, give me a second.
1,000.
Alright. 15. Oh, wrong thing. I'm gonna have Fenris move up here. And try to bite the guy that's in front of me.
Okay. That is a hit. Roll damage. For 11 pierce. Damn. What a strong hit.
Damn, dog!
All right. So yeah, Fenris just jump straight up. You see your younger, smaller wolf companion run and just snatch right into this guy's leg and starts tugging and pulling and rips away a chunk of his calf off of his leg. His blood is just gushing out of his leg now. Fenris is wriggling around
And then,
as he tears off this giant
gotta make
ribbon of
a-
muscly flesh.
A DC saving throw of 13 or be knocked prone.
That continues for the Thunderous Smite.
No, it's for Fenrir. For Fenris.
Okay.
If the target is a creature, you must succeed on a DC 13 Strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Yep, and he does. He stays up.
Okay.
So
That's one tough SOB.
yeah, he failed the first one. He learned his lesson. All right, so it is the guy right here. Now for you, Borgin. He's going to roll to hit. He's going to pull out his scimitar and miss. That will end his turn. It is the leader of the group's turn. He's going to. You see him pull out a dagger and he aims it towards you, Rogar. Throws
19.
and. Yeah, no, he rolled a natural 20, so it doesn't matter. Stabbing you, piercing you right into the side there, as he deals. 10 piercing damage as this dagger sinks right into your neck up above the your armor there. Then looks to Grognak and does the same thing. And as he goes and hurls it, just slides past you. He's aiming for your neck again as well, and it slides above your shoulder, past your neck, and sails up into the air. And that will end his turn. Grognak, what do you want to do?
Well, I'm gonna move up to the leader and stab him with my dagger of venom.
Okay. Do you activate the dagger?
Yes.
Okay. That is a hit. Roll the damage. All right, so he takes 6 piercing and 15 poison.
Oh shit! I forgot to rage. I was gonna. Fuck.
Rage is a bonus action. You can still rage.
Oh, then I'm gonna go straight into my frenzy.
Okay.
Just. How do you like that, you little fuck?
And remind me what frenzied rage does again.
Oh, every turn as a bonus action, I can make another melee attack.
Okay. And he also has to make a Constitution saving throw, which he makes. So he does not become poisoned. Now again, you have to wait until not this coming dawn, but the following dawn before you can activate your dagger again.
Yep.
But yeah, you can. So you get an extra attack, or you can do an extra attack as a bonus action.
It's
a
melee
bonus
attack with a
action.
bonus, so we can't do it this turn because he used it to rage.
Okay, yeah. So you can't do it this turn because you used it to rage. But you can.
Yep. Yep.
Rogar, it's your turn. What would you like?
I guess I'll just step up here and hit this guy with my warhammer.
Okay. Yeah, and you swing. He tries to move out of the way, strike him into the side. Go ahead and roll a damage. And that's going to be one-handed since you had your shield, which is a 12 anyway.
Max
so-
damage.
Unbelievable. This guy here.
And I'm gonna expend a superiority die to make that a sweeping attack. And if that hits, it would also, that roll is high enough, it would also hit this guy.
And it is. So roll your 1d8 for the extra damage to the second guy.
I can't just roll a superiority.
I think it rolls the 1d8 on your sweeping attack, doesn't it?
No, because I had to write it and I couldn't compendium it, so it wouldn't roll it.
Okay. Yeah, so didn't matter. How do you kill the second?
The second one, I guess, it's just a follow through. So my warhammer hits the first guy and goes past him, like it hits him in the chest or whatever, and I just follow through the swing and square in the chest for the second guy.
Yeah, and as you follow through square in the chest, you see the second guy try and as he sees his blow incoming, and as it does, plants his leg down, and when you strike with the warhammer, the bit of bone that was now exposed because of Fenris ripping off part of his calf muscle, his leg just completely snaps and he topples over and dies.
Savage.
So this guy is dead. All right. Then it's this guy's turn here, standing next to Grognak. Pulls out his weapon. What's your AC, Grognak?
Ragnar, AC.
15.
Oh, good. That's a hit. So he pulls out his scimitar and deals 4 slashing damage, which is reduced because you're raging now, right?
Yep.
All right. So yeah, 2 more damage onto Grognak. And that will end his turn. And before we get to Angrath, Angrath, what's your AC? Angrath there?
You're muted.
Sorry, I had muted. 16 to 18.
Which one
I
is
assume
it?
you have a shield, right? Yeah.
I don't have it equipped, but I would probably like to do that at this.
I'd say at this point you can't if you didn't, and you're also flying up in the air.
Yep.
Angrath, you from out in the side of the trees, somewhere over in the eastern direction, you get struck into the side of your wing with a crossbow bolt that deals not bad 2 piercing damage.
I take 2 damage.
As this gentleman actually no, he can't do that, never mind. As this guy steps out,
Well, shit. We missed quite a few people.
all right, Angrath,
That's
it's
the
your
guy
turn.
we
What do
knew
you wanna
about.
do?
We just ignored.
Yeah, I was just gonna do a perception check to see what he was doing, but I guess I know what he's now.
There were 2 of them that there's one that we missed, and then there's the one up on the left side.
So I'm just gonna probably, I'm gonna stay where I'm at, and I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt at the, I guess the leader guy.
Okay.
Hold on, I got my screen all messed up here. That's what I forgot to do. I gotta turn my mouse on. I hate these little pads. Let me go find this. All right, green bolts is. There it is.
And that is a hit. Roll damage. Taking 18 radiant damage. Holy shit! What does Guiding Bolt look like as you cast it?
It's this bright light that comes out of my hand and right towards the guy. Hopefully hits him in the head.
So this super bright light comes and shoots forward out of your hand, and as it screeches across the breaking the darkness of looming night here, incinerates right into his chest. As his chest burns for a moment, he pats it out, but looks very not quite as happy, not quite standing as proudly as he once was. Now, like, the bottom parts of his beard is singed, his armor that was there in the center of his chest. The leather has begun to burn and melt kind of away. Do you do anything else with your turn?
I want to heal. What is that called? Healing hands? Is that where I put wound back on somebody?
Cure wounds.
Cure wounds. I want to do that.
Yeah, but do you have a bonus action that can heal? Because you've used your regular action. Or you
Oh,
used
okay,
your action with Guiding Bolt.
How about cure wounds? What's that one do?
That would be an action.
That's an action. Let's try this one.
Healing Word, I think, is a bonus action.
Healing word is a bonus action, but I don't think he gets healing word yet.
Yeah, I don't have that. How about if I do Shield of Faith as a...
That's a bonus action.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can cast Shield of Faith.
Yeah, I'm going to put that on Grognak.
Okay.
And... Oops. Did not work.
Yep, you got it.
Oh,
Alright, so Grognak, you get a +2 to your AC.
and now they got a bonus.
Ah, thank you, my friend.
They got a bonus 2 to that guy now, right? Advantage? Because of the
With guiding bolt, they get advantage.
advantage. Yeah.
Advantage on the next turn, right?
Yeah, next time the guy's... Yeah, next
Which
turn.
guy already hit? I
Okay.
didn't see.
Leader.
He hit the leader.
The
Yeah,
leader.
this guy right there. Alright, Borgin, it's your turn. What do you want to do? Guy that's in front of you and Fenris has just fallen dead.
I'm gonna swing for the guy that's next to my Rogar.
Okay. That's a hit. Roll damage.
I keep forgetting to add the +2 from melee. Oh wait, never mind. Sorry.
Sucks to suck.
Alright, that is that's a hit, dealing 11 slashing damage as you had advantage, though it didn't matter. Yeah, still standing, but he actually. Yeah, he's fine there. All right, so yeah, he takes the hit, staggers back for a minute, plants his scimitar into the ground, and pulls it back up, but it did keep him from falling down as he stands there, just gushing blood in front of you. Ragnak, this guy is going to come up and make a strike at you. What is your AC?
17.
As he takes a slash and misses. This guy's dead. Mordai, your turn.
Before Mordai does anything, I just want to look at the guy who just came up behind me and be like, ha, is that all you got?
I'm gonna fire an out. Am I able to see this guy?
Yeah, he's up into the air though. Also slightly protected by the height difference there.
And is it Anthoraf still flying?
Angrath is flying, yes.
Alright. I can't see this one though, because of.
No, I mean you could. Yeah, you roll me a perception check. You can probably see him. You probably know he's there.
I think I'm gonna go fire an Eldritch Blast to this one on the left.
Okay, so I would normally say roll with advantage because guiding bolt. However,
I'm sorry.
I would
what
also
you like?
I would say you would roll it with advantage because of guiding bolt for your next attack. However, you're at a disadvantage. He's up above into the air, so it's just going to be whatever your normal roll is. It'll kind of even itself out there or cancel itself.
Would I get the disadvantage if I fire it at the guy on the right?
Yeah, because he's also not directly in your line of sight. You could fire at this guy right here.
Yeah. I'm gonna try it all the one up here.
Okay, good. That is a hit. Roll damage. Dealing 4 damage to this guy
plus-
here.
+3, because.
Oh, plus your 3, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so dealing 7 damage. Yeah, you just see this Eldritch Blast, this sort of Kamehameha looking wave of energy come forth from your hands and strike him. He stands there, he takes the brunt of it into his chest, and as the dust and dirt from the ground, cloud of dirt that was created from your blast starts to settle, you see him still standing there,
Should've make it-
and ready to fight.
Should have made it look like special beam
That
cannon.
Eldritch Blast, his roll is already adding his charisma, it looks like. If you hover over the damage, it has the +3 charisma.
What?
Yeah, it does. You're right.
So,
You're right. It does have it. So it's just 4.
Oh, okay.
yeah, it already rolls your +3 for you, so you don't have to remind everyone.
That's right. I forgot we added that one. All right. So now it is you guys' turn. Seeing what happened to his fallen foe, he's going to take a shot down towards Fenris. And as he holds his crossbow and shoots, dramatically misses and deals 3 piercing damage to his own companion directly in front of Borgin and Rogar, which is just enough. So, Morda, you notice that you were just looking up towards this guy way up here. You fired Eldritch Blast. He then returns with a crossbow, but he's not aiming at you. He's aiming at Fenris and severely misses and shoots his own companion in the head as he now falls over dead. Fenris's turn. Fenris will do it.
Rogar is gonna laugh at that.
Grognek's a little too focused on the 3 people surrounding him to notice.
Okay, so Fenris moves over there.
Yeah, and tries to attack him with advantage from Guiding Bolt.
Okay. So Fenris goes to bite, and as he does so, he's got advantage from the guiding.
Yeah,
Yeah, so he does go, successfully bites again right into the leg of this kind of leader here, as he deals 10 piercing damage again, rips off a huge ribbon of flesh from his leg, and needs to make a, what's the DC, 15?
DC 13.
DC 13 strength save, and he doesn't. So as Fenris rips away this ribbon of flesh, you see the leader jump up and down, grab his leg, and fall to the ground, sort of like a child who's taken injury, right? He's holding on to his leg, just falling on the ground, kind of nursing his
Pussy.
injury.
Grognek's gonna laugh at that
this
one, just,
guy's dead.
you dumbass.
But he's going to return and stand up, using half his movement to stand, and return damage to Fenris. I lost my dice. Yeah. Alright, so as he goes and takes one strike with his scimitar, swings forward and misses, buries into the ground, recovers, turns around. What's Fenris's AC?
14.
14 as he hits, dealing 5 slashing damage as he reams his scimitar across the flank of Fenris on the side, and then will also pull out his dagger and make a stab at Grognak. And as he goes to stab at Grognak, still kind of hobbling a little weak from his leg, just kind of thrusts his arm forward in like a ditch effort to try and kill you, and just completely miffs. Very easily misses.
Can I just,
You
like,
even have to move to get out of the way?
Can I just like grab his wrist casually, just like plays?
Yeah, absolutely. You just do that. You just kind of grab his wrist and throw it to the side and be like, get out of here with that. And it's your turn. How do you want to retaliate?
Oh, I'm gonna bury my axe. I'll attempt to bury my great axe into his into his fucked up leg.
Yeah, good. You attempt to bury, but because you're so focused on the leg itself, you strike it down into the ground and hit you do feel it bite into something, but not, instead of the bone that you were looking to crush in his leg, you bite it down into the root of the tree, or dead tree stump in front of you.
Okay, well then I'm gonna make my bonus attack, bonus action, and again, swing at his leg.
And that is a hit. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Plus 2 from rage.
Yep. So you yank your great axe and with one more cleave towards the leg, seamlessly feel and hear the crunch of his bone as it comes in contact with your great axe. As his bone just shatters, his leg gives out. Half of his leg now gives out. Sweeps through and breaks into the other leg. And as you lift up onto your axe, his entire body falls. He smacks his head against a hard rock on the path and is dead.
They can't turn off?
All that
Rogar.
talk for nothing.
Never minded that.
What do you want to do, Rogar?
Rogar will, I guess, just move to here and hit this guy in front of him.
The one right.
No,
here
the one directly
or
next to me.
here?
This
Okay.
guy.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. That's a critical hit with your advantage. So it deals 16 to this guy here.
You should do the two-handed attack.
I can't change it after I've already done the damage.
Right.
But
Okay.
I am gonna go ahead and do another superiority die and hit the guy next to me.
Okay. You're gonna
Yeah.
sweep it. Okay. Go ahead
That's
and roll a
a
d8.
1d4.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a d8.
That's better.
That one's better. All right, yes, you just barrel this warhammer directly into the chest, and it hits him like ridiculously hard. He's going to make a Constitution saving throw and makes. So he's able to sort of shake off like the shock of just that immense amount of damage at once from your critical hit. And as you sweep through, you do strike into the other guy that's between the first guy you hit and Grognak, and you strike him as well for 7 damage.
And then I'll go ahead and action surge so I can hit the first guy I hit again.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, you're a little more tired after that first huge, massive swing, especially because you contacted so impactfully into the first bandit that as you recover and go to swing around again, you're a little bit short on your reach with the warhammer, and it just whiffs right in front of him. But you look into the bandit's eyes, and you see his eyes kind of light up with a little bit of terror as you swing through. You do anything else?
No, smoke's gonna come out my nose, and I'm just gonna stare down my snout at him.
Okay. Yeah, and this guy now, looking at his leader falling, is going to dash all the way over to
Reaction.
here.
Oh wait, does dash does.
Yeah.
Yeah, dash does.
No. He
Attack
can
of-
do a full dash. You get an
Yeah.
attack opportunity.
Yeah, I wanna do that hack of
Or, I'm
opportunity.
sorry. Yeah,
10.
Grognak and Rogar. 18, yeah, 10. That hits. You definitely bite into him as he's going along the way. Grognak, that's a hit as well. And hits as well. Not enough to kill him where he stood, and he's able to make it out of the way. This guy is going to do the same thing. He's going to start running away using his dash action. Angrath, your turn. What do you want to do?
This guy here at the top.
Yep.
I'm gonna nail him because I can. With shoot. Can I do the same power twice?
Guiding bolt.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I mean it costs your
it's
spell
a
slot.
cantrip, isn't it, or is it a first level?
I think it's first level.
Yeah,
it's-
you've
it's
got,
first level.
you've got 4 spell slots. You can do another one.
All right, I'm gonna shoot it at him.
That is a hit. Roll of damage.
Whoop.
Damn.
Yeah. You strike him, and he gets just blasted again with this light that comes forth from your hand. Blast shoots forward like a giant, massive ball of fire, and just immediately engulfs him. You see the sky light up and turn this real bright light color, and as vision starts to return back to the darkness, you see his body laying there, but he's not dead.
Well, he's not dead. Okay.
Morgan, your turn. How did you make that move again? Do you just go from here to here? From here to here?
You're muted.
Walks through the orc.
Okay, that works. That's fine. All right, and that is a critical hit. Roll the
You're,
damage.
you're muted, Don.
Unmute yourself.
Ah, my B.
Yeah, that's a critical hit. How do you kill him?
So, I'm just gonna like run with the short little stubby dwarf legs and kind of just like just cut his head off as I'm running.
Yeah, you run straight towards him as you're coming down past his deadly. Just sword held out to the side and up as high as your little arms will
Can you even
and
read?
just cleave off the top of his head as he's now decapitated and falls over dead.
Shit,
This
never seen a
guy's
dwarf
dead
jump
now.
so high.
Morda, it's your turn.
I'm gonna shoot an Eldritch Blast at the same dude over there on the left.
Okay, and he is.
It's gonna be normal because he got hit by guiding bolt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right. All right. Yeah. So go ahead and do it. I was gonna impose disadvantage because he's prone to the ground and up in the air, but
So that should
that's
be
fine.
disadvantage. He misses either way, so.
Yeah, there's no such thing as double disadvantage. I don't think.
Well, but
so.
it'd be disadvantage, then advantage, then disadvantage. And since one they cancel out, then it'd just be disadvantage.
Yeah, even with this standard hit, he misses, so it didn't matter much this time. Yeah, you do your Eldritch Blast. Looks like a beam of Kamehameha energy blasting forth. You see it fly up, just flies straight up. You see some rocks and some dust and dirt come from the edge of the carved-in sort of cliff there. And as it starts to settle, you still see him laying there, but you can see him kind of moving a little bit on the ground there, indicating to you that he's probably still alive. And he is going to fail his Constitution saving throw and lay there. Fenris's turn.
So I'm gonna go 20 there, there, and there.
I'm going to give you a half movement on the
Okay.
edge of the cliff there for difficult terrain. He can climb up no problem, but now he's trying to stand on the edge of the cliff there. So you can get
Why
him
don't
all the
Why
way
don't
up
you
to,
just
like,
go from
3
here
at this point.
around
I
instead
could
of
do that.
down into the rocks?
I'll just do what Corey's telling me because I didn't realize.
Okay.
I'll
Because
just
he
do
gets
that.
about 40 feet of movement?
50.
50. Alright, yeah, easily
So I'll
done.
do that, and then Fenris will run up there and hit
You
him
go and attack with
We're
advantage.
smarter, not
with
harder.
advantage.
Yep, so that's a hit. Roll the damage.
Huh?
Oh my gosh!
How does Fenris kill him? Jesus Christ.
Max
What is
damage,
his...
2d6
Rip his throat out.
Damn, Jesus.
What's
Yeah,
his
he
name
got-
again?
It's 2d6
plus 3.
Plus
uh,
3.
Yeah.
This is
So-
dog.
As Fenris is running, he kind of just like jumps at him and just grabs his throat and just rips his throat out.
Yeah, and easily done. Just almost like sad to watch. Poor, like guy who's just laying, kind of shaken, shock on the ground. Seemingly no threat to any of you at all. Fenris just comes up, bares his teeth, and just gnashes and rips his throat out. Now he is dead.
Grogneck's gonna be watching Fenris the whole time and just be like, I love that dog.
Head out at this point, guys.
Yeah, that's fine. Do you guys want to let these 2 bandits run away, or you want to actually go after?
I want to fucking murder him, but I'll let
Murder's
him run.
just gonna start looting the leader's body.
Can we interrogate him?
Same. Actually, I'm gonna start looting the leader's body.
Like hell you
I'm
are.
dipping, guys.
If Roger gets to it first while you're watching,
My kill.
so you're watching Fenris. While you're watching Fenris, he goes over and starts looting. So he's gonna
You're
he
a
loots faster than
dick.
you. It's not my fault I'm smarter.
You're a dick.
Roger's smarter than you, dumbass orc.
Go fuck yourself.
Is that in character?
Whoa, whoa.
Yes.
So, what are we doing now since Dawn's gone?
Let's
I
loot.
mean,
Shit, what would need to roll for this?
I assume we're just gonna like end tonight. Like we're just gonna go to bed tonight, and then we'll start up next session in the morning.
Yo, by the way, make sure I get loot, because I don't want to kill people not getting.
He gets no loot.
What are these two?
I mean, if you want to attack them more, that you can.
I mean, you're still
mean-
technically in combat. Grognak,
I do have a range of 300
You have
meters.
I mean, you'd be
Or
be
feet.
hitting them past me and Morgan.
yeah, you do not have an actual line of sight to attack them.
how about this one?
Like, if you move somewhere over here, you can attack them. But you don't have. We're not in free action yet. We'll say, Grognak, you do have an action.
If
for
I
a
had
turn. What do
another
you wanna
if
do?
I had another javelin, I would throw it at them. But I'm out of javelins, so I have no ranged attacks.
All right, and as you look, they don't look like they're like coming back to fight. They're just booking it. Do you let them go, or do you try and actually stay? You let them go, or do you try to like chase them down with?
Chasing them down.
All right,
Yeah,
chase
we
them
let
down.
them go. We never know if we're gonna get back up, right?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Oh, we might as well just chase them down, because otherwise we may go get back up, and we might have to fight somebody else.
Since Grognak's still enraged, he's gonna run after them.
Okay. Is that end your turn right there?
I can only move the 35
Dash.
feet, so yeah.
Well, you could dash. You can use your extra range of movement.
And then when one of them moves, you can
Oh,
use
sure,
a
I'll do
reaction if they keep running.
Yeah, it would expend your full action to dash over there, but you can do that.
I'm doing that.
Okay. Rogar, your turn.
Yeah, Rogar's just gonna start looting. He doesn't care about them. They're two worthless grunts that mean nothing.
Okay. Who
The leader.
who specifically are you
No,
looting right
loot
now?
the-
The
loot the
leader.
guy that had the best shit.
All right. Give me an investigation check.
You're an ass.
There's no reason to chase them
And
down.
give me.
They're worthless grunts.
Pretty sure my no, that one's dead. Never mind. I thought my
Give me 2d20.
I thought one of my fucking javelins was still stuck in one of their chests.
2d20, you said?
I'm sorry, 2d12.
12.
You find 12 gold pieces. You also find a set of thieves' tools. Anything else with your turn?
Nope. I assume I can't loot multiple bodies at once.
I'm gonna say right now, no. All right, the bandit in front of you, Grognak, turns and says, "Look, all right, we're sorry, all right. We do what he says. You don't know what it's like working under him. Fear of death and everything. You just do what he says. I'm sorry. We meant no harm. Look, I got a wife and kid, man. I want to go home and be with them. I don't want to be caught up in this anymore. It was, I got in too deep. You know what I'm saying? Look here. Just take what I have." And he hands out.
Since Grognak's enraged, when he goes to hand out whatever it is he's handing out, I'm just gonna hit him with a hand axe.
Gonna say you can't do that yet.
I mean,
But he does offer you. He does hold out a coin purse.
I'll take the coin purse and hit him with a hand axe.
All right, go ahead and roll a hand axe. You could have thrown a hand axe too, actually. Hand axe does have a range of technically 60 feet.
Yeah, it would have been disadvantage though.
It would have, but he had it. That's a hit. Roll of damage. All right, yeah, you just cleave him.
And the +2 from rage.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he falls over dead.
Okay.
The other bandit looks at you and books it out of sight. Uses his full movement to get out of here.
Okay. I'm gonna loot the guy in front of me.
It's not your turn.
Okay.
Oh, my
yeah,
bad. Never mind.
it's your turn. Angrath. Technically, Grognak, do you have the intention of trying to chase the other guy, or are you just gonna start looting?
I'm just gonna start looting.
All right, then we'll end combat here. Yeah, you guys can do whatever
Let's
you
start
want
looting this guy.
at this
This
point.
next
now.
guy.
I'm gonna move. Oops.
Jesus.
I'm gonna move up here and get this guy.
I'm gonna
Actually-
assume Borgin loots this guy just to be nice.
I'm looting the
I
leader.
already looted the leader, so go ahead.
He's already been
I'm
looted.
gonna kill
Leader's
you.
been looted.
Okay.
Grognak, you find nothing on him minus the coin purse that was in his hand that now cut off his body. So roll me a d10 and a d12.
Who?
Grognak.
You said a D12?
Yep, d10 and d12. Yeah, so you find 3 silver pieces and 5 copper pieces. And then Mordai, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Did Rogar loot this guy right
No,
here?
I'm about to loot the guy right below me. I haven't looted the guy above you.
Okay. And you want an investigation?
Yep.
That's mine. I loot the guy below me.
Yeah, Mordai, you find nothing. Rogar, roll me a d20.
20, you said?
Yep.
5.
You find 5 silver pieces and a potion of healing. Angrath, give me an investigation check.
So can I just be a dick and loot this guy right here?
Borgen's looting him right now. Angrath, give me a d6. You find 4 copper pieces.
Okay.
And then here, I'll roll for Borgen real quick.
Since I saw Mordai looting this guy, I'm not gonna bother.
Okay. And Borgen can roll. Alright, he finds 15 copper pieces and 10 silver pieces.
Can I like cut one of this guy's ears off and just put it on a necklace or some shit? Typical orc
Absolutely.
shit.
Absolutely, you can.
Once I see that everyone's like looted, I'm gonna pick up this guy and drag him out here and drop him off away from our camp.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna start going back and forth and carrying everyone, like, one by one, just
Yeah,
getting
that's
away from
fine.
the camp.
I'm gonna count that as a treasure.
Okay.
So, are we ending our session then?
I'd assume because Dawn had to go.
Yeah, I'll leave that up to you guys.
I'm kind of enjoying short sessions. Busy at the moment.
I'm fine with ending.
Yeah, we can end.
All right.
We just-
Well, yeah, as you
We get our
guys
short rest and that's it.
end your session there. Well, it's nighttime. It's only been maybe 5 minutes since you took your
So
first
we'll
watch.
get a full rest.
So right now it's technically not quite fully dark. It was still dusk.
Okay.
Sun was setting. You guys made camp, started to go to sleep. But I'd say, yeah, maybe the sun is gone just below the peak of the mountain, way out in the distance now. You had the benefit of the light from your campfire, but it's been a matter of like 5 minutes,
Okay.
maybe into the first hour of your watch, that actually took place. So yeah, realistically, you guys can still sleep an extra hour and get the benefit of a long rest, assuming nothing else happens in the middle of
Doing
the
it.
day.
Well, yeah, do that. Grognak will have to take his check after next week. But
Yep. All right. Well, yeah, great session, guys. Appreciate everyone coming out to play.